I'm glad to welcome all my students for today's session. In the previous session, we studied about the First War of Indian Independence 1857. In the previous class, we studied about reasons for the First War of Indian Independence and the scope and the nature of mutiny. Today, we will be studying about the reasons for the failure of the mutiny and the result of mutiny. Now, as we have learned in the previous session regarding the reasons for the First War of Indian Independence, we will try to recollect it. First point, political reason, economic reason, administrative reason, military reason and immediate reason. Next, in the next session, we learned about the scope and the nature of mutiny. That is at Barakpur. In Barakpur, you have to remember Mangal Pandey, who was an Indian soldier. He killed Major Hudson and escaped. Later, he was arrested and hanged. Next we have learnt about these places. And the first place where the First War of Indian Independence erupted was Meerut. After that, Delhi, Lucknow, Kanpur, Jhansi. So, when I say Meerut, you remember about Indian soldiers. Indian soldiers who refused to use a Royal Enfield were put in the prison. Later, with the help of the other soldiers, they were able to escape and reach Delhi. In Delhi, remember about Bahadur Shah, who was a Mughal emperor and emperor of India. Next one after that, Kanpur, Nana Sahib. Nana Sahib was ruler of Kanpur. He was assisted by Tatia Tope. Later, Nana Sahib was defeated by the English. Last, Jhansi. Jhansi was ruled by Rani Lakshmi Bai. She conquered Gwalior and was defeated by the English. So this clearly shows that India lost the First War of Indian Independence. Now we will learn the reasons for the failure of First War of Indian Independence. So the reasons for the failure of Indian independence. First point is the entire country did not take part in the First War of Indian Independence. Remember, entire country did not take part in the First War of Indian Independence. That is Revolt of 1857. Next one is the king and the queens. They were fighting for their own interests, not for the liberation of the country. The kings and the queens were only concentrating on their issues, rather liberation of the country. So this was a situation. And the last one, many Indians were loyal to British. So 3 points we learned about the reasons for the failure. First one, entire country did not take part in the revolt of 1857. The kings and the queens concentrated only on their issues, not the liberation of the country. Next one, many Indians supported British. So these are the 3 points. Then the next we can see that there was no unity among the Indians. And next point is regarding Indian soldiers. What are the things they were lacking? If you see, Indian soldiers were lacking direction, leadership and discipline and organizing skill. So remember, the Indian soldiers were lacking discipline, organizing skill, direction and planning. So in this slide we learned 4 points. First one is there was no unity among the Indians. Next one is Indian soldiers were lacking proper direction and leadership. And third point was regarding they were lacking discipline and organizing skill. Next we will learn what are the other capabilities was lacked in the Indian soldiers. In that, military strategy and planning capability was lacking in the Indian soldiers. And the most important, the freedom fighter were lacking definite aim. They did not have proper goal. And the last one is when the soldiers did not receive the salary or they were not given the salary at all. So due to that, they indulge in criminal activities like dacoiting, plundering, looting. So due to that, they lost the interest. They lost their interest. At the same time, common people did not support them. So these are the reasons for the failure of 1857. First one, entire country did not take part. The king and the queens were concentrating only on their right. And next one is many Indians were loyal to the British and Indian soldiers were lacking discipline, organizing skills, strategy, planning and direction, leadership. And at the same time, when they did not receive the salary, they indulged in criminal activity. So these were the reasons for the failure of 1857. Next slide. Next we will learn about the result of the mutiny. In the result of mutiny, the first thing is you have to remember that before, that is till the revolt, India was ruled by British East India Company. After the revolt, India was ruled by British government. So remember, till the revolt, we were ruled by British East India Company. After the revolt, that is 1858 onwards, British government ruled India. Is that clear, children? So this is the first point. Next one is regarding administrative activity. In the administrative activity, all the administrative activity completely was concentrated by Secretary of Indian Affairs. He had taken the in charge of administrative activities. All the administrative activity from now onwards will be concentrated by the Secretary of Indian Affairs. And the last one is the Queen of Britain passed the declaration in 1858. According to this, we have 5 points to learn. So, the first one is, now here you can see the slide of Queen Victoria. So, she who passed the declaration in the year 1858. Now, we will learn, according to this declaration, we have 5 points to learn. First one. The agreement signed between the company and the local ruler was accepted. So from now onwards also it will be continued. And the next one is regarding non-pursuance in regional expansion. That is, subsidiary alliance and doctrine of lapse was abolished. Next one is regarding providing a stability government in India. And fourth one is regarding equality before the law. That is, they are going to treat everyone equal before the law. And the last one is, now the Britain government clearly said that they will not interfere in the religious matter of our country. And they will maintain religious tolerance. So as we have learned the 5 points in this, once again I will tell you. First one is, whatever agreement signed between the company and the local ruler will continue. Next one is non-pursuance of regional expansion. That is, subsidiary alliance, doctrine of lapse came to an end. And next one is providing a stabilized government and equality before the law. Last point is regarding non-interference of religious belief. Is that clear, children? Now, as we have come to the end of this lesson, I will give you few assignment. Only 2 questions are given in that. What were the causes for the failure of 1857 revolt? What were the causes for the failure of the 1857 revolt? You will write about the whole country did not take part, the kings and queens, about the Indian soldier, what they were lacking. These are the points what you are going to write in the first question. Second question, the effect of revolt of 1857, you will write from where the British East India Company rule came to an end and British government had ruled India. From there till all those 5 points has to be written. So this is the assignment which you have to submit on Monday. Is that clear, children? Thank you, and this is the end of the lesson. So next session I'll start a new lesson.